So now we have processes, we've got tools, and something that you mentioned when we talked before was advice on how to trust someone to own a process. Because ultimately, if you're going to have other people doing work that you can rely on, you've got to have trust in the process and trust in the people. So how does that work?
Oh, man, really good question. So I want to go back actually to your recipe metaphor, because I think this is a perfect way of looking at it. I love using Gordon Ramsay as an example. I think he's such a funny persona, and I love like how
Yeah.
intense the dude can be. So let's say that you're Gordon Ramsay, right? You can kind of approach your restaurant in two ways. One, you can decide we're going to be the best restaurant in the world that does X, Y, and Z, and we're only going to seat 10 tables a night, and I'm going to do all of the cooking for all 10 of those tables, and we're going to charge a huge fee for every one of those tables. Gordon Ramsay has a big enough brand, he can probably justify that. In that scenario, though, Gordon Ramsay isn't leveraging his experience and his like expertise to perhaps the degree that he could be if he were to build a franchise and have
Right.
100 restaurants across the world. So if you translate that example back to an agency, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, that's like, I want to be Gordon Ramsay. I want to just service 10, maybe 15 clients. I want to be the one doing the work. I want to meet with the clients every month, and I'm going to charge a huge premium for my expertise. Like, that's a totally legitimate business model. And especially for people that really love doing the work, like that's great. If you're happy doing that, keep on doing that.
If you've got the brand, like Neil Patel or
Yeah,
Rand Fiskin could probably pull that off if they
definitely.
weren't busy making great apps. Yeah.
Oh, of course. I think the only downside that comes into play with that is, especially maybe if you're a couple years into your agency journey, that might sound really appealing. I think a lot of people are going to eventually get burnt out at doing that. And then there's not really an easy succession plan that comes into play from there. If you're a great chef and you decide, hey, I'm going to follow this recipe to a T, a great chef knows before the meal is complete, they're going to taste the sauce. And at the end of the day, they're going to make sure that that sauce is at a place it's supposed to be. If it's not, they're going to salt it. They're going to add cayenne to it. They're going to add all of the elements that their tongue instinctively tells them this food is missing. But when it comes to your specific area of expertise, my recommendation would be always taste the sauce before you serve it. So
Okay.
if you're creating a process for how you're going to do something, you hand it off to a member of your team. Always be the one who's testing the sauce. Always be the one who, if another member of your team is overseeing that strategic component, make sure that either you or someone that you deeply trust to oversee the quality of your team's services is reviewing that work, is QAing that final 5-10%, and making sure that it's up to your team standards. Because at the end of the day, if you deliver subpar work, you're going to be a subpar agency, whether you do the work or someone else on your team
Yeah.
does.